We turn to your example of goodness as we seek to represent ourselves in the very best ways, especially tonight in our teamwork, fair play, and good sportsmanship. We ask your blessings upon all those in need as we uphold the mission and vision of the congregation of St. Joseph, that all may be one. We ask all of this in your name. Amen. St. Joseph, Holy Family of Nazareth, please remain standing as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's edition of Nazareth Academy Basketball. Tonight we've got some action from the consolation side of the ESCC tournament bracket featuring the Nazareth Academy varsity girls basketball team taking on the Marian Central Hurricanes. Winning the whole thing is out of the picture for these two squads, however, the winning team will advance to the consolation final, which will be played tomorrow. We'll have more preview of tonight's contest in a second, but first, I'm Ryan Stojich, and I want to bring in my partner, Luke Brabham. Luke, what are your thoughts about this contest?
Well, I feel like these two teams, they're playing mostly for pride tonight as they try to advance to the consolation final. But most importantly, bring in the momentum for the new year, get the experience for some of the younger players, and get them ready to go for next year.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this was a season like no other. No state tournament, shortened season, playing with masks, no tip-offs, limited crowds, if any. So certainly, like you said, just trying to finish strong, especially in a year where there's so many uncertainties and you don't know what's going to happen between tomorrow, if a game's going to have to get canceled or moved, or just so much chaos in this year. But we're grateful to be able to call these games, and these girls are grateful to be able to play these games, even though it's a consolation game at this point. And
Absolutely.
and we're underway. Marian Central taking on Nazareth. Marian Central gets the first possession. They work the perimeter. Golombowski with it. Working the perimeter still. A lot of quick passes, but it's tipped quickly into the hands of Workman. Good defense from the Roadrunners right off the bat. Workman to Scully. Scully to Wilson. Wilson holding it. Bounce pass inside to Austin. Austin had to get it off to Scully. Scully, Workman back to Austin. Austin driving. The layup is good. Nazareth on the board first.
Good passing by Nazareth in their first possession.
Now here come the Hurricanes back on the attack. That's Lodick with it. She gets it to Hogel. Hogel tried to get it back, and it's on the ground. Who's got it? They call jump ball.
Two good defensive possessions to start out the game for Nazareth, forcing 2 turnovers.
Here come the Roadrunners back on the attack. Wilson with it. Gets it back right away. Now Scully back to Wilson. Scully gets it back. Wilson. Now over to Dre. Dre for 3. Too much on it. And it goes out of play right near our booth.
Almost got you, Ryan.
I almost did. Oh, not quite. But, yeah, so after the missed 3-point shot, Marian Central back on the attack. Lodick with it. Lodick to Golombowski. Now to Hogel. Hogel works it inside. back out. The three-point shot is no good and rebounded by the Roadrunners. That's Scully. Scully's got some speed. She's driving. Now to Dre. Dre just misses the shot. Rebounded by Workman. That's tipped. They still fight for it, and it ends up in the hands of Marian Central. So good defense by the Hurricanes that time. Still 2-0 early in this one. Marian Central looking for their first points. Golombuski looking for an option. Gets it down for a moment, but who gets it? They fight for it, and a jump ball is called. That was Caroline Workman there for the Roadrunners defensively, trying to take it away, but it ends up being a jump ball, so it stays in possession of the Hurricanes with just about 2 minutes gone here in quarter number 1. And the pass is handled there nicely by Hogel. Hogel tries to work it inside, but it's another turnover forced by Nazareth. Scully on the attack, works it to Wilson. Wilson driving from behind the basket. Oh, what a shot. Mary Bridget Wilson, impressive play right there.
It was a good finish at the rack.
Yeah, one of the more creative shots you'll see in this one. 4-0 Nazareth early. And now they can't get anything going as, again, it's going to be a jump ball. So the Hurricanes can't really get anything generated offensively early in this one, can't get their players in space, and that's something that the Roadrunners are doing really good so far, forcing turnovers and not giving the Hurricanes free shooting lanes.
Early timeout here, seems to be. Yeah, Naz has played good defense to start out the game, playing really suffocating defense, causing a lot of jump balls early in this one.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm sure what Marian Central is going to talk about in this timeout is just getting more open space shots, getting some, confidence going, down 4-0, still very early. Hasn't started out good. The offense hasn't looked too great, but we have not even played 2.5 minutes yet. So I'm sure that's something that's going to be stressed. And but for the Roadrunners, just more of the same, keep playing tight defense, and so far so good.
Yeah, keep getting out in transition. The transition game seems to be working pretty well. Keep making those clean passes, and they should be pretty set so far.
Yeah, and just taking a look at how these teams got here. Naz went 6-3 in the regular season, 4-3 in conference. That earned them the 5 seed in this tournament. Marian Central 2-6 in the regular season, 0-6 in conference. That got them the 8th and final seed in the tournament. There's 8 teams in this conference. All 8 got in, but both of these teams lost their first game in the tournament, so now they're in the consolation bracket. As we're back underway, Wilson to Scully. Scully for 3, just short, and rebounded nicely by Dre. Dre keeps it in, but it's going to roll out of bounds. It'll be inbounded by the Hurricanes. Lodick working it around, gets it back. Now to Golombuski, back to Lodick. Golombuski again. They play catch. Lodick now the other way. And a slow high pass is not nearly fast enough, and the Roadrunners are able to exploit that. Got to have more on that pass. Here's Scully. Works it to Wilson. Wilson for 3. Yes! Mary Bridget Wilson in the first 3-pointer of the game for the Roadrunners. 7-0 Nazareth.
She's got the hot hand early in this one. She's got 5 of the 7 points so far.
Now here's Lodick with it for the Hurricanes, looking for something offensively. Suffocating defense again, and another turnover. That's Workman with it, looking for somewhere to go with it. It's on the ground, but handled still by the Roadrunners. Wilson again back on the attack. Bounce back to Austin, and Austin converts on the layup.
Defense leading to offense for Naz early in this one. Comes out to a 9-0 lead.
Yeah, that was Austin there on that last basket. Lodick with it now for Marian Central. Pass is high and out of bounds. So Roadrunner ball.
Yeah, again, we have to point out the great pressure being applied to the ball, making it hard to complete these passes and making them try to complete these longer, more riskier passes that they have to.
Yeah, absolutely, and I believe that we've got another timeout called by Marian Central. They try and figure out something before this gets really out of hand. Still 9-0, haven't even played half a quarter yet. So just trying to get players in open space, because there really has not been, really any quality shooting lanes for the Hurricanes in the early stages.
Right. And then, of course, the defense leading to quick offense, getting down in the paint, easy buckets when you're down there.
Absolutely. And then we mentioned, the ESCC tournament. That's it. There's no state tournament this year with the, many changes due to this being the COVID season. So yesterday, Bennett beat Marian Central by a whopping score of 58-14. So that's how Marian Central got in the consolation bracket from that defeat. And Nazareth lost 45-36 to Marian Catholic. So that's how both of these teams got into the consolation bracket. But then on the winning side, Marist defeated Joliet Catholic 66-27. And the only upset so far in the tournament, St. Viator falling to Carmel Catholic. That was a 3 versus 6 matchup, but the 6-seeded Carmel Catholic won in overtime 58-52. So that's how this tournament started. The winning teams are still alive for the real thing, while the losers at least, still get to play in the consolation bracket, which, like we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, any game you just really appreciate. You don't take anything for granted in a crazy, sports year that this has been.
Right.
Now back underway, Carstensen inbounding it to Wilson. Now Dre. Dre works to Scully. Scully back out to Wilson. Now Carstensen with it. And out to Dre. Dre for 3. That's good. Amalia Dre, who, according to the ESCC website, is the 8th leading scorer in the conference. That's pretty impressive.
For a freshman too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. This is a freshman-heavy group for Nazareth. They have 8 freshmen on a varsity team. That's not something you see very often.
Yeah, all they're going to do is keep growing. They're going to get more experience and get more confidence as they keep playing. So this will be a team to watch out for in a few years.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of these girls that you're seeing are going to be here for, 2-3 more years after this. So a lot of names will quickly become household names, if you will, for Roadrunner fans out there watching games.
Yeah, absolutely.
It'll be inbounded by the Hurricanes. It's out. The shot is up. Airballed and right into the hands of Scully. Danielle Scully with it now. One of those 8 freshmen. And that pass went out of bounds. But we'll see who touched it last. I think it's going to... No. I thought it went off of a Marian Central player. And yes, it did. So Nazareth retains possession. Wilson, bounce pass inbounded to Scully.
Good
shot is not good,
but
it looks like we got
to a foul there.
Yeah, so no conversion on the shot, but at least able to draw a foul. 12-0 early in this one. Free throw is good from Scully. And that one's missed, so Scully 1 for 2 that time at the line. Roadrunners get the rebound, though, and retain possession. Carstensen leaves it for Wilson. Carstensen again. And cross-court pass handled by Dre. Dre down low to Scully. Scully out to Wilson. Wilson for 3. Little too much on it, and rebounded nicely by Austin. Austin had 2 people on her, but still gets it out to Wilson. Wilson to Carstensen. Carstensen for 3. Too much on it again. Rebounded again by Austin, and she draws a foul.
It's a great job on the offensive glass, getting those second chance points, getting to the free throw line.
Yeah, absolutely. You really can't script it better than that. Good rebounding, good constant offensive pressure, and it's going to result in the trip to the line for Olivia Austin. Another one of those 8 freshmen. And there's one. So Austin makes her first. That one's no good. Rebounded again by the Roadrunners, and the Hurricanes wisely let that one just go out of bounds. They'll retain possession, or they'll gain possession, rather, as a result. That's Fitzgerald inbounding it to Lodick. Lodick works it inside. Nobody on. Lodick just going to get it back. Now Fitzgerald, or excuse me, that's Hogel. They still can't get anything going offensively, and it's rebounded now by Highland, a new entry into the game. Now Dre with it. Dre outside. That shot by Foley is just missed and out of bounds off of a Roadrunner. Hurricanes again with possession, but still no points on the board with 2:41 left in quarter 1.
Yeah, if you're Marian Central, you just got to find a way to get the ball in the basket. Just see it go through the net.
Yeah, just have that, get a confidence booster. Just even if it's just a simple layup, got to get something going before this gets out of hand.
Right.
And they're going to try and look for something. That pass, a little miscommunication there. It's right to Dre. Dre driving, draws a foul as a result. Amalia Dre, yet another foul drawn by the Roadrunners.
That's why she's probably one of the leading scorers. She
Yes.
gets to the free throw line, gets those easy points at the free throw line.
Yes, probably some correlation there, absolutely. That one's good. Again, according to the ESCC website, she's got 9 free throws this year, so certainly been a force at the line when she's gotten that opportunity, and 76 total points according to the website, so that's pretty impressive, especially as a freshman playing at the varsity level. And add to that total, so Dre continuing to play well down the stretch of the season here. 16-0 Roadrunners now. Roadrunners still pitching a shutout defensively. We'll see how long they can keep that up. And here comes the Hurricanes looking for some life. And finally, with 2:11 to go in the first quarter, Marian Central's on the board at 16-2.
That can be a confidence builder just to see the ball go through the net for them.
Now Dre back with it again. Dre to Foley. Back to Dre. Working it inside, but Dre just gets it back. Foley. Across court pass to Carstensen. Carstensen down low to Highland. Highland looking for an option. She's double teamed and somehow gets it out to Foley. What a pass by Highland. And now the shot from Austin. That one missed but rebounded by Carstensen. Now Dre with it. Carstensen. Waits, now gets it to Austin. Austin back to Carstensen. Dre. Foley. Dre again. Carstensen, she's got some space. She's got a shot just short. Rebounded. Oh, Hurricanes get it. Oh, no, wait a minute. Roadrunners do get it back. Great play, Dre. Dre got 2 people on her, and she can't convert. Now in possession of the Hurricanes, but still, offensive possessions are really looking strong for the Roadrunners, even if they don't result in points.
Yeah, those were great shots that they had. Just couldn't convert on them.
Here come the Hurricanes looking to cut into the deficit. Can't find anyone open, but the pass is tipped, but still in the possession of the Hurricanes. Laudick with it. Now works it out to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald now to Saxelby, who misses the shot as Carstensen's with it for the Roadrunners. Quick on the attack. Foley, the layup is good.
It's a good pass by Carstensen.
Laudick to Hogel. Hogel to Fitzgerald. And that pass is off a foot. Who's going to end up with it? The Hurricanes do, and that shot is just missed and rebounded by Highland, who draws a foul. So we're approaching the end of the first quarter with the Roadrunners dominating early, up by 16.
Look for Naz to hold for the last shot of the quarter here.
Time winding down here. Highland. Now back to Dre. To Carstensen, rather. Carstensen driving, jump shot is good.
It's a good way to close out that quarter right there with a little momentum shot.
Yeah, absolutely. Gracie Carstensen, the sophomore, with the jump shot, and 20-2 in favor of the Roadrunners after 8 minutes of play. I mean, what even do you say after that? You know, almost an impeccable performance through the first 8 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, nothing you can really complain about. I mean, made a bunch of shots, played really well on defense. I mean, really nothing else you can correct, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, not really, like you said, not much else to correct. Really a picture-perfect start for the Roadrunners. And, you know, obviously you don't want to look ahead. Still a lot of basketball left to be played. But as we mentioned, this is a tournament going on in the East Suburban Catholic Conference. And the winner of this game will face the winner of the Joliet Catholic St. Viator game that is also happening as we speak. So pretty much in a few hours we'll know who the Roadrunners, if they advance, would take on tomorrow. And if Marian Central can pull off the comeback, it can be the same for them. The winner of this game advances to play either Joliet Catholic or St. Viator in the consolation final. So lots of high school basketball going on, so it should be fun to see who, yes, wins the consolation bracket, you know, because our Roadrunners still got a shot. But, of course, you know, we're wondering, you know, who's going to actually win that conference championship in the ESCC tournament.
Right, absolutely.
And you would think, you know, just looking at the ESCC standings from this year, Bennett Academy was the only undefeated team in conference play, going 6-0, followed right behind by Marist, who went 6-1. So you got to think that those two are the favorites. They're the 1 and 2 seed in the tournament. So we'll see if they end up meeting in the ESCC final.
Yeah, this probably be a good game, I would say.
Yeah, for sure. And Marian Central, yet to be a conference opponent in the regular season or postseason. They did win 2 games in the regular season, but neither against an ESCC team. So MC looking for their first conference win tonight, but they've already got an uphill battle as they'll look to stop the bleeding here in quarter 2, which is now underway. And they get the first possession, Minor with it. Now they work it out, trying to get some quick passes going, but that pass from Bentancur went out of bounds. Fitzgerald with it now. The shot is up, but short and rebounded by Scully. That was Bentancur on the shot. Roadrunners got their first possession of the quarter, up to Dre. Dre to Carstensen. Carstensen scanning, looking for an option. Now Foley. June Foley. And the pass might have been intended for Scully, but ended up to Carstensen. Now Highland with it. Highland just misses. Rebounded for a moment by Scully. Now into the hands of Foley after it was tipped by an opposing player. Now Dre handles it in the corner. Gets it out to Scully. Scully handles it. Foley. Carstensen. Now Dre. Highland. Good passing here, and Scully nearly finishes off. But they cannot convert, but the Roadrunners keep possession. And again, even the ones that don't result in points, all the possessions really productive for the Roadrunners. Great teamwork, great passing, everyone getting involved. Everyone knows where everyone else is. Just great team chemistry on display, even on the possessions that don't result in points.
Right, and they're doing really well on the offensive glass, especially right there. Even though they didn't get the rebound, they were still able to get it off an opponent to get the ball back.
Here's Foley, long pass to Scully up top. Off to Dre. And at the feet of Carstensen, but handled. Carstensen directing traffic. Gets it to Highland. Dre. Scully. Out to Highland. Highland for 3. Too much on it and right into the hands of Marian Central. Fitzgerald. Up to Minor. Minor out to Golombuski. Back to Minor. Golombuski. Now inside and through the hands of a player and right into the hands of Carstensen. Roadrunners again back on the attack. Carstensen, Highland, inside to Scully. Scully to Dre. Dre, the three-point shot, just missed. Rebounded by the Hurricanes. Fitzgerald there on the rebound, now to Minor. Minor pass right in the hands. Good read by Dre. Amelia Dre's got space all by herself. The layup is good, and that may be why you're one of the top scorers in the ESCC.
Yeah, good defense leads to instant offense, and we saw that right there. Prime example.
It's now 22-2, 6 minutes left in the half. Long pass is handled by Minor. Marian Central just looking for some life. And they're not going to get it here yet again. There's Dre again. She's on the attack again. And back-to-back possessions. She converts, and looks like that's going to be an and one.
Yeah, I mean, prime example of why she's one of the leading scorers in the league. Able to finish with authority at the rack, jump the passing lanes, get those easy steals, get in the transition for some easy buckets.
Yeah, and both teams making some substitutions. Sarah Brongio, number 41, now into the game for the Roadrunners. She's actually the only senior on this varsity squad, so not many times you see a varsity team with only one senior, but that's the case for the Roadrunners here in 2021. As that free throw was missed, and jump ball called right away. Yeah, the Marian Central bench is saying same team as if there were 2 players fighting for the ball, but officials call it a jump ball, and that's what it's going to be. But still, Marian Central does get the ball at least for them. Not the worst case scenario as they down 22. Just looking for something. Nice cross-court pass. They look for something. The shot too short. Rebounded now by Workman. Workman, tight space. Oh, tried a creative shot there. Almost backhanded it, but couldn't go through. Hurricanes back on the attack. 3-point shot is good.
Maybe that'll get the lid off the rim for them. See the ball
go
down.
That's number 22, Angelica Bentancur on the 3-point shot for the Hurricanes, 24-5. Workman, Wilson, and we get a stoppage of play.
Timeout, Naz.
All right, so Marian Central at least able to get their first 3-pointer of the game. Tanker, number 22, makes a nice three-point shot. And I mean, at this point, it's just start chipping away. You know, a lot of basketball left. You're down 19, but, you know, basketball is a game where usually teams go on runs. Yes, sometimes it's back and forth, but sometimes there's a time where a team goes on and say a 10-2 run or an 8-0 run.
Right.
And those are the runs that usually change the momentum of the game. So whether it's, you know, in the second quarter or sometime later, you know, Marian Central's probably going to need a couple of those moments for them to get back in this one and stay alive for this, you know, consolation bracket.
Right. I mean, it just starts with good defense. Start playing defense, get those stops. That'll allow you to go on a few runs during the game, and that's what we've seen with Naz. They've been able to play the good defense, and they've obviously gone on some runs. So.
Yeah, as you said, you know, that good defense translated into good offense many times. We've seen, you know, nice plays from Mary Bridget Wilson, Olivia Austin, Amalia Dre. Really, everyone that stepped on the court has contributed, but just especially, I mean, those players have really gotten an open space, made some nice layups, and are a big reason why their team is ahead by 19 with 5 minutes and 6 seconds left in the half. Wilson to Carstensen as we're back in play here. Wilson gets it back to Workman. Workman. Inside, Scully, Brangio, Workman for three. She's got it. Caroline Workman.
That was a good
nice shot there.
Not much dribbling, a lot of passing led to the open shot.
Making it look easy as here's Lodick for the Hurricanes. Lodick, a long pass handled nicely. And who's going to end up with it? Lodick, she's going to go for a three-pointer. That one's in and out and into the hands of Scully. Scully's done a great job under the basket, rebounding defensively for the Roadrunners, as now she gets it to Workman. Workman for three again. This one's just short. Workman going for threes on back-to-back possessions. Couldn't get that one. Lodick. Waiting. Now gets it off. That's Fitzgerald with it. She gets it to a teammate. Nowhere to go. That's Todd with it. Todd going for the shot. Couldn't get it. Still in the hands. Good rebound offensively by the Hurricanes. Fitzgerald to Lodick. Lodick waiting. And the three-point shot, a high shot, nearly went in, but just missed. And where'd the ball go? It looks like it's just going to roll out of bounds and stay in possession of the Hurricanes. And looks like we got a timeout called by Nazareth prior. Really one of the few miscues we've seen right there, just letting that ball go out of bounds. It's going to stay in possession of the Hurricanes, you know. I mean, you got to get nitpicky right now when you're trying to find something to, you know, call the Roadrunners out on, because this has been a flawless game. And, I mean, looking back to when these two teams last met in the regular season, it was back on March 3rd, so 9 days ago. Nazareth won pretty decisively. 56-21 was the final right here at the Rooney Center. So, looking like we're headed for a similar trajectory, but obviously, like we always say, a lot of basketball left, and, you know, in a season, you know, that, you know, there's so much uncertainty for, you know, Marian Central, and all teams are just so grateful for every game. So you're never going to throw in the towel early, no matter what the score looks like. So I expect them and Nazareth as well, as, of course, to battle hard, you know, until that buzzer goes off at the end of the game, no matter what the score looks like, as both teams should.
Right. These games build character. I mean, obviously it's tough to be down by this much, but if you show fight and learn how to come back from one of these, you can come back from anything, really.
Yeah, absolutely, and especially for, you know, teams that are younger, like we mentioned, you know, when it comes to experience, you know, advantage definitely Marian Central, a lot more upperclassmen on that team, but for them, you know, for Marian Central, it's all about, you know, building a program, getting stronger, and just kind of, you know, laying the groundwork for next year and after that. And for the Roadrunners, like we mentioned, you know, it's a youth movement, you know, 8 freshmen, and those 8 freshmen, it's not like those are people sitting on the bench, like, these are significant parts of this varsity team. Are freshmen that we've mentioned even in this game. You know, Olivia Austin, Mary Bridget Wilson, Amalia Dre, all freshmen. Others I didn't even name. So certainly for the Roadrunners, even though this game is, quote, not meaningful, which, you know, that's kind of up for debate depending on how you interpret that word. You know, it's great to see these young girls build chemistry and get ready for hopefully a more normal season next time they get on the court in the fall.
Yeah.
As here's Wilson. Wilson driving, trying to do it herself, but a rebound by Workman. Workman using her height to her advantage as she gets the rebound and puts it in.
Yeah, the height and her long arms were able to pull down that rebound and put it back in.
Yeah, Marian Central does not have a player listed at 6 feet or taller. Nazareth has 4, so the height advantage definitely goes to Nazareth. Here's Wilson. Wilson tried to get it to Workman. Workman, nice job by her handling it. Stays in possession of the Roadrunners. Scully. Wilson. Now Workman. Workman to Scully. Workman. Off to Wilson. Wilson to Austin. Austin. Wilson. Bounce pass to Scully. Out to Workman. Workman for three. Just missed and goes over the backboard. It's out of bounds. Inbounded by the visitors. It's Hogel with it. Hogel gets it to Todd. Todd works it inside. The shot is converted. That's Nicole Santapadre with the conversion, 29-7. Wilson. Dre, that pass handled nicely, was nearly too hot to handle. Scully, Workman, she's got space. She shoots for three, no good, and kept in by Austin. Nice play. Rebounding is elite for the Roadrunners in this one. Scully, the shot is no good. Rebounded. Who's got it? It's into the hands of Fitzgerald, who leaves it for Lodick. Hurricanes take over. Lodick to Hogel. Hogel waiting. And it's Todd with it now, driving. She goes for the shot, no good. Rebounded by Brangio, who's going to end up with it. Jump ball is called. And it's the Roadrunners' turn, so they'll get it. Roadrunners inbounding it. Wilson. Bounce pass to Dre. Dre back to Wilson. Wilson for three, just short. Rebounded by who's got it. And
Gonna be a jump ball.
yeah, jump ball again. So back-to-back jump balls. It'll be Abby Todd to inbound it for the visitors as Lodick gets it from her teammate. Hogel. Hogel waiting, gets it to Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald inside, nice pass, but it gets lost on the way. Scully, Danielle Scully driving, trying to do it all herself, but it looks like she got a little too aggressive and a foul is called.
It's gonna be a charge, yeah. Just ran right into her chest.
Yeah.
Easy call for the ref.
Officials were right there to make the call. Todd to Lodick on the inbound. Lodick to Hogel. Hogel waiting. Pass tipped into the hands of Workman. That was Dre who tipped it. And Workman tried to pass it to Austin, who
didn't expect
clearly,
that one.
clearly caught off guard, but one of the few mistakes that the Roadrunners have made so far, so not the end of the world. Inbounded by Marian Central. Lodick works it around. Fitzgerald now to Hogel. Final minute now of the half. And a cross-court pass to Hogel. Hogel under pressure gets it out. Nice job handling the pass. That's Fitzgerald trying to work it inside. Gets tipped. Who's got it? And it might be no jump ball. Roadrunners come up with it cleanly. Wilson in the final 40 seconds. Workman. Wilson. Now Dre. Amalia Dre now to Wilson. Wilson to Austin. Olivia Austin lost it for a moment, gets it back. Now Highland back in the game. Highland out to Dre. Dre bounce pass to Wilson. Wilson for three. In and out, no good, but a nice rebound by Highland. Mackenzie Highland there to put it in, and the Roadrunners get 2 points out of that possession.
Nice rebound and putback. Way to be on her toes on that play.
Absolutely. Final seconds here for the Hurricanes. Down to 5. Someone's just got to get a shot off. Who will it be? The shot is up, and it is good. So at least a strong ending to the half for the Hurricanes. It's 31-10 at halftime. Nazareth really playing well in all aspects of the game as we head here to the half. So before we step aside for halftime, any thoughts, Luke?
Oh, that was just a great half overall by Nazareth. Playing really great on the defensive side, forcing a lot of turnovers and jump balls and getting out in transition. They just got to keep doing that in the second half, and I think they're well on their way to victory.
All right, absolutely. We will take a short break for halftime. We'll be back soon, so don't go anywhere. Second half is coming up in just a few minutes. All right, welcome back to varsity basketball action as we've got the girls ESCC varsity tournament, the consolation side of it for you. I'm Ryan Sojets, my partner is Luke Brabham. If you're just joining us, it was a dominating first half of the Roadrunners. They're up 31-10, and they get the first possession as we get ready for quarter number 3. Again, the winner of this game will play the winner of Joliet Catholic and St. Viator tomorrow in the consolation final. Now second half underway. Dre with it now to Scully. Scully, nice pass to Austin. Austin couldn't convert. Rebounded there by the Hurricanes. That's working the perimeter a lot, but no one can get inside. That's Lodick. The pass is handled by Santa Padre. Todd out to Hogel. Hogel, a three-point shot is nearly converted, but just goes off the rim. Dre with it in space, leaves it for Wilson. Wilson tried to get it to Dre, but the pass was tipped out of bounds, but it was tipped by a Marian Catholic player, so it stays in possession of the home team. Wilson. Cross to Scully. Workman. Workman driving, leaves it for Dre. Wilson. Bounces it to Workman, went through her legs, but she gets it back. Good recovery there. Austin to Scully, to Wilson, who's got some space, chooses to drive in. The pass is intercepted by MC. That was Todd forcing the turnover. Now back Hogel with it. Hogel to Todd. It was at her feet. Who comes up with it? The Roadrunners do. Dre's got some space. It's a 2-on-1 the other way. Leaves it for Austin. Austin trying to convert. The shot was short. Might have been tipped. Hogel with it.
Naz a little cold coming out in the second half.
Now here's Golumbowski, tightly guarded, gets it out to Lodick. Lodick for three, too much on it. And it's rebounded by Todd, who draws a foul.
Couldn't see what kind of foul it was. Ref was in my way.
It'll be Todd who drew the foul to inbound it. Hurricanes got a lot of ground to make up here in the final 14 minutes or so. Golumbowski with it. She works it down to Hogel. Hogel tried to get it to Todd, but ended up getting it back and forcing a jump ball. It's been a pretty jump ball heavy game, especially in the second quarter and now here into the third.
Yeah, good defense. Just can't get the steal.
It'll be Todd again to inbound it, and there. Now they can get the steal. Great play by Austin. She was right there. Workman with it now. Out to Dre. Amalia Dre leaves it for Mary Bridget Wilson. Back to Dre. Dre thought about it, now holds. Austin. Workman. Wilson. Workman. And Workman draws a foul. Workman to inbound. Still no points scored yet in this second half by either team. Wilson looking to change that right here. Can't do it. Rebounded by Austin. Austin, the shot is up, trickles wide, but a foul was called.
Again, Naz with the offensive rebounds. Getting those offensive rebounds puts them in a good position to either draw a foul or get an easy basket close to the rim.
So this will be Austin at the line. She's got 3 free throw conversions so far on the year according to the ESCC website. She's looking to add to that total, which she does. First points of the half for either team, 32-10 now. 5:47 to go in the third.
Oh, good rebound.
Yeah, good rebound indeed. Wilson to Dre. Dre to Scully. Scully corks it to Workman. Wilson. Dre across to Workman. Workman now to Wilson. Wilson bounce pass to Austin. Austin driving, but then gets it back out to Dre. Dre for three, a little too much on it, and over the backboard, out of play. Todd leaves it for Hogel. Lodick. Lodick, a long pass. Not sure what happened there, but it ends up in the hands of a MC player and nearly resulted in a basket. Wilson to Dre, but the pass was tipped into the hands of Scully for a moment, but turnover forced by the visitors. Defense looking a little stronger here for Marian Central here in the second half. Gotta love that if you're their coaches or fans, as here's Golombowski getting it to Todd. Todd looking for an option. Back to Hogel. Hogel to Lodick. Lodick holds. Guarded by Wilson. Now she gets it off to Golombowski. Lodick back with it. Golombowski. Quick pass is off a player and into the hands of Dre. Dre leaves it for Wilson. Wilson. See what happened here.
Draws a foul. Must have been a reaching foul.
Yeah, I didn't see the signal right away, so I was wondering what happened. And before we resume play, we get a timeout called.
Naz coming out a little cold from the offensive side. Still playing good defense, but only, 1 point in the
Yeah, at
second
one
half?
point, they had that one free throw there by Austin. But, I think you got to respect the way that Marian Central has definitely made some adjustments. They've gotten some, quality chances here in the early stages of quarter three. They've played tighter defense, limiting Nazareth to only 1 point, in basically 3.5 minutes of play. So certainly you could tell that this coaching staff communicated their message for Marian Central to their players, as well as still a lot to do, and they got to go on one of those big runs they were talking about, or that we were talking about early. They got to do that pretty soon, but nevertheless, you got to respect and appreciate the effort from Marian Central, as they have been making some adjustments here, and it's showed up on the scoreboard as they've stopped the bleeding, at least momentarily, and are within 22.
Yeah, if they can go on a little run here, they'll be right back in it.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, there's still
12 and a half minutes left
yeah,
in the game.
12 and a half minutes to play. As Nazareth's back out there on the court, it's Austin, Scully, Wilson, Workman, and Dre out there for Nazareth. As Marian Central breaks. Workman to inbound. Wilson gets it right off the inbound. Back to Workman. Workman inside to Scully. Scully tried to get it to Austin. Austin, I think, had it for a moment, but it trickles out of bounds.
There's that defense you were talking about by Marian Central. Come out with some authority on that side of the ball.
Now here come the Hurricanes back on the attack. Hogel gets it off the inbound from Bentanker. And now Lodick has it. Pressured, gets it off. Now gets it back. Looking for an option. Leaves it for Hogel. Now inside to Todd. Todd's pass is broken up and taken by Scully. Scully's had a great game defensively, getting a lot of rebounds and forcing a lot of turnovers for her team. As now Dre's with it off the pass from Wilson. Gives it right back to Mary Bridget Wilson, who leaves it for Dre. To Workman, who's got the three-point shot in space, and it's in and out. Near conversion there by Workman, and the conversion on the rebound. I believe that was Austin there on the shot, and that should be an and one.
That was a good, strong play. That was a tough shot to make, especially getting hacked the way she did. Good, strong move.
Yeah, it was off the three-point shot from Workman. She got the rebound, converted, and drew a foul. So a chance for, as we mentioned, a three-point play as Nazareth makes a substitution. Mary Bridget Wilson heads to the bench, and June Foley's back into the game. Free throw is no good, so it's not a three-point play as Austin gets it right back, just rips it from the Marian Central player's hands, but she could not get it long enough as it's ruled a jump ball. But still, you got to love the effort there from Nazareth, just the relentless play. Even, you're up by this much, never satisfied.
Yeah, that was great hustle.
As there's Scully. Foley. Across to Carstensen back in the game. Foley, she's got some space, holds on. Scully inside to Dre. Dre, pass two out to Handle for Workman, and it goes out of play. Here's Hogel. Lodick. Pass is high, but handled by Hogel. Guarded by Workman. Back to Lodick. Lodick down low. And aggressive defense here for the Roadrunners. Lodick gets it back. Fitzgerald called for it. The jump shot is kind of a funny-looking shot, but it goes through nonetheless. Marian Central has 12 points compared to Nazareth's 34. An impeccable performance for the Roadrunners so far. Workman. Now they work it inside. Lots of passing. Workman ends up getting it back after all. Foley, that might be ruled a 2-point shot if it goes in. She was right near that line, but it doesn't go in. Doesn't matter. Stays 34-12. Lodick. Hogel. Hogel for three. Too much on it. Rebounded by Carstensen. And nice passing here. And Scully. Oh, I thought that was going in. Nearly a nice play under the basket by Diane Scully.
Yeah, good pass. Just couldn't finish.
Lodick. Now Hogel with it. Hogel, oh, it's had it stripped for a moment, but they maintain possession. Lodick gets it back. Hogel. Looking for an option. And with 1:42 to go, the Hurricanes have 12. The Roadrunners have 34. How about that as the Roadrunners continue to play strong defense?
Got a shooting foul. A little too much contact down underneath the basket.
And it bounces in, so 34-13 now.
Yeah, gets that friendly roll.
And Highland gets it. And
Ooh, that was almost a travel.
Yeah, no call. Workman to Carstensen. Across to Foley. Foley, nice quick pass to Workman. Quick passing here. Carstensen has the three-point shot in open space, but couldn't convert. Out of bounds. And it's going to be Marian Central ball. And we got a timeout called. 1:25 left in quarter number 3. Roadrunners in control, but not home free yet. They're up 34-13.
Yeah, just gotta keep playing good defense. Get some good looks at the offensive side, and Naz will be well on their way, I think.
Yeah, it's keep doing what you're doing. I mean, they've really had a great game plan. The Roadrunners have. They've really found their identity. You could tell these players, work a lot together and have chemistry and know each other's skill sets, and that's just what kind of has to happen. In an abbreviated season, you don't have the same type of practices necessarily. You don't have the same amount of games. You don't get to, maybe see each other as much. So certainly, seeing that chemistry for the Roadrunners, especially with so many young players, as we mentioned numerous times throughout the broadcast, is something that's exciting for us to see as broadcasters, but also just as general fans. Just to see, the bright future that this girls basketball program has for the Roadrunners, because like we said, these names that we're calling, a lot of them, get familiar with them, because you're going to be hearing them for 2 and in some cases 3 more years after this at the varsity level. So lots to be excited about for Roadrunner basketball fans.
Yeah, if you're girls, you have to be playing for a state title these next few years. I mean, they're talented enough to get there, I believe, and I believe that they'll have enough experience to be able to pull through when it matters most.
Yeah, that's kind of the standard for the Roadrunners lately. I mean, it's that winning culture that they've created. In the 2018 to 2019 campaign, they were 3rd in state, and in the 2019 to 2020 campaign, aka last year, they were 4A regional champs. So certainly that winning culture has been built by this Roadrunner organization, and it's one that they're going to hope to have in place for a long time. As back underway, Lodick with it, gets it out to Bentanker. Bentanker lost it. Who's got it? Will it be yet another jump ball? No. Dre picks it up, leaves it. That is Austin converting with the layup. Add 2 points to the Roadrunners score, 36-13, 45 seconds to go in the quarter. Lodick holds, gets it off to Bentanker. Lodick. Angelica Bentanker back with it. Looking for an option, guarded tightly by Dre. Gets it off to Hogel. Hogel, Bentanker. Hogel again. Hogel leaves it for Lodick. Lodick holds. But that's Hogel to Bentanker. Or no, excuse me, that's Lodick with it rather. Guarded again by Dre. Dre's playing strong defense. And does it go out of bounds? Yes, it does. And yet again, a strong defensive series for the Roadrunners. You know, one thing that Marian Central has done well is they're passing the ball a lot better. The chemistry is definitely more there than it was in the first half, but the Roadrunner defense still right on top of it. Has 6 seconds left. They'll try to get one shot off. Carstensen going to leave it. The shot is off and just short. So Amalia Dre can't convert on a three-pointer, but that's not going to be something that they're too worried about right now because the Roadrunners, if they just play well, they're going to be well on their way to the consolation final tomorrow. And, you know, for Marian Central, though, if they lose and can't come back, for Marian Central, that's not it because there is a third-place game in the consolation bracket, which I just think is awesome. You know, allow these, you know, girls who, you know, some of them missed out, or well, all of them missed out on a season last year, you know, some of them being seniors, you know, not going to have too much basketball left potentially. So I just think it's so great that, you know, this game, you know, even though it's a consolation bracket, no matter what happens, it's not the end of the road yet for these teams because there is a third-place game in that consolation bracket as well as in the real bracket with the team still playing for the whole team. So no matter what, this is not the end for your team if you're watching this game tonight.
Right, absolutely.
And with 8 minutes left to play, the Hurricanes going to have to pull off something pretty unprecedented being, you know, down 23. Got 8 minutes to do it, but, you know, I mean, just, you know, got to start getting desperate. Might have to start taking some risky shots trying to crawl back. I think desperation time starts now if you're the Hurricanes. Roadrunners taking the court. It's Highland, Foley, Austin, Dre, and Carstensen out there. As MC gets the first possession here to start the quarter. They play it well as Lodick gets it back right away after she passed it to a teammate. Now leaves it for Hogel. Lodick. Now back to Bentanker. Bentanker bounce pass, too hot to handle, but she gets it back, leaves it, and it goes out of play. The pass too hot to handle for Fitzgerald. It'll be Austin inbound. Carstensen gets it right away. Bounce pass to Austin. Austin gets it, and in tons of open spaces, June Foley had a wide open lane, couldn't convert. MC back on the attack. Here come the Hurricanes. Lodick to Hogel. Hogel, nice pass. They work the perimeter. The three-point shot from Lodick is good. Morgan Lodick.
Gonna need a few more of those if they want to get back into this game, but that's a good start for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Roadrunners looking to respond quickly. Carstensen to Foley. Inside to Highland. Highland looking for an option. Dumps it back to Foley. Foley lost it for a moment. Regains control. Carstensen. Bounce pass to Austin. Austin, the three-point shot from Dre. Just short. Rebound, who's going to get it? That's Olivia Austin again. She's had some nice rebounds as well. Carstensen. Now Foley. Cross-court pass to Dre. Amalia Dre driving. Leaves it for Foley. Carstensen. Carstensen for three. She's got it. Great passing by the Roadrunners. Carstensen had the open shooting lane up top, and she took advantage of it. 39-16 with just under 6.5 to go in the game. It's Bentanker. Pass high, but handled by Lodick. Lodick had that three-pointer on the visitors' last possession. Now, Lodick trying to get it back. You know, she was right there, but they could not convert. Now Dre's got it on the attack, and she draws a foul, but cannot convert.
Naz keeps getting out in transition, getting those easy looks at the rim. All they could do was foul there if you're Marian Central.
Yeah, that's why the score, or one of the many reasons I should say that the score is looking the way it is. That free throw is good, so Nazareth has now reached the threshold of 40 points here with still 6 minutes to play. And that one's good. So Dre 2 for 2 at the line that time, 41-16. Lodick. They work the perimeter quickly. And that pass high, but handled by Hogel. Lodick able to keep it inbounds. Hogel back with it. And the pass from Fitzgerald is handled by Lodick. Lodick surveys, dumps it off to Bentanker. Bentanker leaves it for Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald, the pass was broken up, tipped by Hadzik, a new entry into the game, and into the hands of Foley. Foley leaves it for Carstensen. Carstensen to Dre, to Hadzik, to Carstensen. Carstensen for three again. Just a little too much on it. Nice passing there by the Roadrunners again, but no points as a result. Lodick down low. Bentanker inside to Saxelby. Saxelby just throws it up, but it looks like she was fouled anyway. As both teams make some substitutions. Workman back into the game for the Roadrunners, along with Mary Titzer, a junior, a new entry into the game. That free throw is good. And we get a momentary stoppage. It'll be Workman inbounding. Leaves it for Wilson. Titzer back to Wilson. Wilson inside to Brangio back into the game. Hadzik. Workman. Wilson. And the pass couldn't go through. As here come the visitors back on the attack. That's Fitzgerald with it for the Canes. Now number 32 in the ball game, Denman for the visitors. As here comes Caroline Workman getting it off the turnover forced. Hadzik with it now. Hadzik to Wilson. Wilson to Titzer down low. Titzer holds. And a lob pass to Workman. Brangio down low to Hadzik. Good job by Hadzik handling the pass and converting. Melissa Hadzik only been in the game for a minute or so, but making the most of it here as she makes a nice basket there. Now here's Fitzgerald guarded by Workman. Leaving it. And the shot by Denman is no good. Rebounded by Nazareth. Workman. Quick passing. Brangio off the quick pass from Hadzik. No basket, but a foul is drawn.
So one of the older groups Nazareth has put in. You got, I think, 3 juniors, a senior, and 1 freshman.
Yes, that's correct. So a rare veteran-heavy lineup for Nazareth on the court right now, as with the score being the way it is, that gives opportunities for some different combinations and different players that we don't usually see playing together, or in some cases playing at all. So always good to see people who practice just as hard, who put in just the same amount of time, get their chance on the court. Always good to see them get a chance they deserve, whether it could be any sport, whether it's like football, getting a chance to be on that field. That's something that they really deserve, or in this case basketball, getting on the court or getting on the rank for hockey, or whatever you want to say. Just for sports, a silver lining of these lopsided rivalries, or whatever, lopsided games, whatever you want to use to phrase it, is that we get to see a lot of new faces who put in the time, just like the starters do, to get some time on the court that they really deserve.
Exactly.
Yeah, it'll be Hadzik, Brongiel, Highland, and then Lillian Murphy, a new entry into the ballgame, and Mary Titzer are the 5 on the court for Nazareth. That'll be Brongiel at the line. Again, Brongiel, the only senior for this Roadrunners varsity squad. Yeah, Nazareth only has 1 senior. Marian Central has 7 upperclassmen. Naz has 5. Marian Central 11. But just because one team is more experienced, that does not always mean that they're going to have the upper hand on the scoreboard, as this game has emphatically indicated. Brongiel's shot is up, in and out. No good. She'll have one more shot. That one's good, so 1 for 2 at the line that time for Sarah Brongiel. Here comes Marian Central looking to get some strong offensive rushes to finish the game strong. And the pass is through the hands of Madeline Denman, and it goes out of play. It'll be Roadrunner ball. Highland to Hadzik. Hadzik inside to Brongiel. Out to Murphy. Brongiel gets it back. She gets it out. Pass was tipped, looking for Titzer, but it goes out of bounds. Hurricane ball. Here's Minor on the attack as Bentanker works it off. Who got it? Oh, Murphy stole it. Nice play by Lillian Murphy, getting it to Hadzik as the visitors were trying to get something going offensively, but yet another turnover forced, even in the waning stages of the 4th. Roadrunners back on the attack. Brongiel could not convert. I'm not sure what happened there, if it was deflected or just went out of bounds, but nevertheless, it'll be Hurricane ball here. Final 3 minutes of this consolation bracket semifinal in the ESCC conference. Now down low. Denman out to Bentanker. Bounce pass is taken away by Brongiel, who falls to the ground, is appearing to be okay. Good thing.
And they'll be shooting free throws. 1-1.
All right, even better. Brongiel back to the line. That one is through. Second attempt's coming up.
Good there.
And that one's good. Marian Central back with it. Denman works it inside. And it comes out. The shot is no good from Minor, who gets it back. Denman. Minor. Good passing here. Santa Padre back to Minor. Minor gets it back. Santa Padre. Minor. The 3-point shot is no good from Bentanker. Rebounded. Who's got it? Brongiel. Again, Brongiel, another one of those players who's been strong rebounding for the Roadrunners. And, oh, good turnover force here. Marian Central playing till the game is over. Got to respect that despite the score, as there's Kelsey Minor there on the conversion. And it looks like she might have also drawn a foul. Yes, she did. Chance to make it a 3-point play. That one's good. Final minutes winding down. Hadzik. Pass is tipped. 1:42 to go in the game as Titzer Shoots the three-point shot, just misses off the rim. Stays in the Roadrunners' possession. Hadzik, Murphy, Brongil inside. Brongil being quadruple teamed almost,
Yeah,
but it
forces
looks
a
like she
travel.
traveled.
Yep.
And a timeout taken here with 90 seconds left. It's a full timeout. As this game is reaching the waning stages. As you got to think during this timeout, the Hurricanes aren't talking about getting maybe what would it be, 26 points in 90 seconds. They're just trying to finish strong, generate some offense, which I really do think they got better in the second half. I know when people are going to look at the score, they're just going to say blow up, but I really think, especially in that first part of the second half, we talked about it. They made some adjustments defensively, and yeah, I know Nazareth was subbing players out, but still, I really think that this team, they played the whole game. They, had a lot of heart. So respect to, Marian Central. I mean, because they definitely have been playing hard despite the score. It's not always easy to, keep on stepping out on the court when you're getting beat like they are. But, props to them for the way that they have constantly competed and made some adjustments throughout this game despite what the scoreboard says.
Yeah, they're fighting till the end.
Yeah, and they'll continue doing that here in the final minute and a half. Todd works it, then gets it back. Leaves it for Minor. Kelsey Minor. Pass is too high, and that one's just going to roll to the Nazareth bench nearly.
Yeah.
Out of play.
Be a backcourt violation.
Roadrunners to inbound, 69 seconds left. Hadzik. Titzer. Hadzik inside to Brongio. Titzer for three. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded by Murphy. Hadzik. Titzer. Turnover. Into the hands of Abby Todd. Todd went out of bounds. Off the body of Melissa Hadzik. So, Marian Central gets another chance. Todd to inbound here in the waning stages of the contest. Pass handled nicely.
Got a foul.
But we get a stoppage. It was at an awkward angle compared to our booth. I couldn't see what the call was, but it stays in possession of the visitors.
Yeah, I believe it was a reach-in foul or something like that.
And Marian Central looking to finish strong on that shot. Not sure if it's going to be 3 or 2, but that was Minor on the conversion. They rule it a 2, so 46-22. We'll see if the Roadrunners take a shot or just choose to wind down the final seconds. Titzer, Hadzik inside, and it's a near turnover, but handled by Hadzik. Titzer, Brongio, Murphy. They do shoot it, and Murphy, no good. Highland keeps it in possession of the Roadrunners. Clock ticking. And you hear the coaching staff yelling, that's it. So you got to imagine they'll just run down the clock. And they will. The final seconds tick off. And the Nazareth Academy Roadrunners get the win here on a Friday night at the Rooney Center. They win 46-22 over Marian Central. So they'll advance to the consolation final tomorrow, where they will play either Joliet Catholic or St. Viator. Whoever wins that game will face the Roadrunners tomorrow in that consolation final. As far as the Hurricanes are concerned, they'll play the loser in that game for third place in the consolation bracket. So certainly been a pleasure calling this game. Luke, any final thoughts before I wrap us up?
Oh, that was a great game all around by Nazareth. Great offense, great defense. Nothing you can really critique out of them.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all you can say. So to wrap us up, we hope the Roadrunners can replicate this effort tomorrow against whoever they play, whether it's St. Viator or Joliet Catholic. And just signing off, I'm Ryan Stojets, my partner's Luke Brabham. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast, but we know you enjoyed the outcome, and we will see you on our next broadcast.